For years, I thought the secret to profitable day trading was a holy grail indicator. I tried everything, researching and downloading every indicator I possibly could, and was convinced that a magic formula of indicators was the secret. But my account balance proved I had completely wrong. The most powerful strategy wasn't even on my charts at all, and it was the one thing I was completely ignoring. Today, I'm going to show you what that is and how that made me a consistent and profitable day trader. So you've probably been there, and you're maybe at this stage now. You're staring at your charts with cluttered moving averages, Bollinger Bands, and some custom indicator that a trading guru swore was the one. My screen looked like a piece of modern art, but my trading account told a much uglier story. For years, I hunted for the perfect strategy. Every time I found a new one, I'd get a rush of hope, and for a week or two, I'd feel like a trading god. But then the market would shift, and it would just hand me loss after loss after loss. Then my confidence was shattered, and it's a vicious cycle, finding different strategies every new week after a couple of losses. It would work for a bit, and then I'd start to lose. I'd lose confidence within that strategy, and I'd just jump straight onto a new one. And you start to think to yourself that the traders who trade for a living are holding back a huge secret from us beginners. And my lowest point came around a year ago. So I was around 2 years into trading when I was just following a simple breakout strategy. So something that I would never ever advise. I had all the money that I had in my trading account. So I was using this simple strategy of just a breakout, and I lost. And I lost quite a fair bit of that account, and I was consumed by the anger. So I started trying to get that money back as quickly as possible. I threw every rule out the window. I started over trading, I started revenge trading, I started to risk too much. And in less than 24 hours, I blew that whole account. And I was just staring at the screen, just feeling hollow and empty. And I finally realized that the problem wasn't the strategy that I was using, but it was with myself. So after that devastating loss, I didn't open the charts for over 2 weeks. And I sat down and I really wanted to figure out what went wrong. The breakout strategy wasn't the issue here. Losses are part of trading. It's part of a strategy. No strategy is ever going to be or have a 100% win rate. The disaster was my reaction. My inability to control my emotions led to those destructive trades and that destructive part of my trading career. And this was the complete turning point of my trading journey. I stopped researching trading strategies and I started to research trading psychology. I started to read books by trading pioneers like Mark Douglas and was listening to interviews and podcasts from pro traders, and they barely ever mentioned indicators. They mostly talked about discipline, mindset, and routine. They talked about managing themselves more than they did about managing trades. And then it clicked. I was spending all my energy trying to predict an unpredictable market while completely ignoring one variable which I can control: my own behavior. Successful traders, they don't have a secret indicator or a secret strategy that no one else is using, but they have a superior mindset. The most profitable strategy isn't one on the chart, but it's the framework in your head. Because a really simple strategy can always be profitable if you have the right mindset, while the best strategy in the world can fail if your psychology is a complete wreck. The true holy grail was mastering the battlefield between my ears. So this strategy, it isn't a set of indicators. It's a set of principles that you need to burn into your mind. It's about building mental fortresses that can withstand the emotional storm that comes with the trading markets. And I've broken this down into 4 key principles. So principle 1, become the casino. So when you go to a casino, they don't know if they're gonna win with the next hand or not. And they don't care, because after thousands of bets, they know that they have a winning edge. And that's a statistical edge that guarantees them profit. Your trading plan is your edge. It's a detailed written document with your exact entry criteria, exit criteria, and position size. This plan, it's not a suggestion. It's a set of ironclad rules that you need to follow no matter what. And when you have a solid ironclad plan, you stop making emotional decisions within the heat of the moment. You simply execute a predefined process. The goal is to make trading boring. You're not the gambler, you're the house. If that makes sense to you, please feel free to drop a like. It does help me know that I'm creating valuable content for you. Principle 2, your capital is your lifeblood. A trader's first job isn't to make money. It's to protect the capital that you already have. Because without it, you're out the game straight away. First, and I don't know why so many of you guys don't use this, but always use a stop loss. It's the circuit breaker that prevents one bad trade becoming a disastrous trade. Second, your position size should be based on a fixed risk, not by how much you want to make. A professional standard is never to risk more than 1 to 2% of your account on a single trade. This ensures you can survive a losing streak within trading, because they do happen, without you or your account spiraling out of control. Because when you know that one singular trade can't destroy your account, it's easier to stay objective within your trading. Principle 3, develop a champion's mindset. Top traders, like top athletes, focus on flawless execution, not the outcome. First, just practice self-awareness. Learn to recognize emotional triggers like greed and fear when they appear, and observe them but without acting. Simple mindfulness or even a few deep breaths can keep you centered. Second, cultivate discipline. Discipline is the bridge between your trading plan and your bank account. It means you're not staring at your P&L all day. It means walking away after a big loss. And it means having the patience to wait for A+ setups instead of just forcing trades out of boredom or FOMO. And principle 4, become an unbiased scientist. So your memory is biased. It remembers big wins but forgets dumb mistakes. A trading journal will be your source of objective truth. For every trade, don't just log the entry price and the exit price, but log why you took the trade and your emotions throughout the entirety of that trade. Were you confident? Were you anxious? Were you impatient? Did you follow your plan perfectly? And reviewing this journal weekly is where the real growth starts, because you'll start seeing patterns in your own behavior. And this journal will turn into a constant loop of feedback for your trades. And you'll always be looking for that constant improvement, allowing you to become your own trading coach. So I've been working on my psychology for around a year now, and my trading has completely improved since doing this. Before, I was taking 10, 20 trades a day, trying to become rich overnight, and that's just not the way of looking at day trading. Day trading, yes, can be quicker than potentially starting another business from scratch, but it still takes time. It takes years. And I can imagine a lot of you won't take this seriously until you have your first huge loss. And when I mean huge loss, I don't just mean 50% of the money that you have, but I mean your rent, getting into debt. That is when you start to focus on psychology, because you're almost forced into it. But while trading's going well, and you think you've got a strategy that's working, even though you might be placing 10 trades a day, it will come to an end, but you're not going to look into your psychology, because you'll feel that it's a waste of time because you feel unstoppable. But once I started looking into the psychological parts of trading, my trading improved dramatically. I was taking less trades per day. I may only take around 1 trade per day now, potentially around 3 or 4 per week. So I'm making less trades, but I'm making a lot more profit. And that's just because I've worked on my psychology, I've worked on my discipline, and it all builds up. It won't happen overnight. You really need to train your brain. It will take you months or even years to properly crack down on your mentality. Because say you're 20 years old, you've been trading for a year now, You've almost had 19, 20 years of almost using the same mentality, but you need to completely switch that and rewire your brain for trading. So it does take a bit of time. So instead of trying to learn a brand new strategy and taking time to do that, stop confusing your brain with multiple strategies, multiple indicators, and just focus on psychology. An hour a day, half hour a day. And I promise you, you'll start to see a really, really good improvement. But this will only start to work if you actually become disciplined. Because if you're not disciplined to learn this, you will be stuck in the same position you are now. And that is Googling strategy videos. So in conclusion, for years, I was searching for the holy grail of strategies. The truth is, there isn't one. The best strategy is the one that gives you control over the most volatile parts of the trading equation, yourself. It's the ability to stick to your plan, manage your emotions, and act with discipline. And this is when you'd start to find you become a much more consistent trader. Because success in trading isn't magic, it's something that you really need to work on. And it's about achieving psychological mastery. So stop searching for the next holy grail indicator, because the secret that you're looking for is in the relentless practice of discipline, patience, and self-awareness. Master your mind and you'll master the markets. So if you want to learn more about building a successful trading plan and developing the discipline to actually stick to it, make sure you subscribe to this channel. I'm focused on sharing realistic, authentic content about day trading to help you become a consistently profitable trader. So if you like this video, please feel free to like and subscribe. I've also put a link down to the live broker that I use, which is XNES. I've also put a link to the funded broker that I use, which is FTMO. If you guys want to jump onto any of those, feel free to click the links. And again, thank you for watching, and I wish you all the best with your own trading journey.